guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Anna and I make New York City based adventure videos spiked with love and positivity. Today, we're gonna do something different. We will take a break from exploring New York City and I'm gonna show you how to make this beautiful crocheted winter pencil skirt. I taught myself how to crochet by watching a few videos on YouTube and I've really made this skirt my own. So today, I'll show you how I went about making this skirt. This is my second major crochet project. The first thing I made was a top, and if you want to see how that looks, then join me on Instagram at Miss Anna Adventures. Or watch the video where I talk about my favorite Broadway shows and plays that you should not miss. Let's get started. I checked Line Brand Yarn's online website for yarn. And I bought this beautiful chocolate colored brown yarn with tiny hints of cream in it. I think this is going to be perfect for a winter skirt. It's 100% wool and so it doesn't stretch at all, and you know it's going to be super warm for the winter. It's called fisherman's wool. On the package it says that it's perfect for crocheting. That's exactly what we're doing today. So I have my yarn here, and I'm going to use a measuring tape to measure how long I want my skirt to be. So I measured from mid-waist all the way down to the bottom, and I came to 22 inches. You can make your skirt as long or as short as you'd like it to be. I have here some stitch markers, which we're going to need in a little bit. So I used a 5mm hook to make this pencil skirt, and I made a slip knot on there first. Next, chain as long as you want your skirt to be. So for me, that's 22 inches. I'm going to make a chain that is 22 inches long. As you go along and your chain becomes longer, double check that you are making it the right length by using the measuring tape. I've now finished the chain. Now we're going to work on making the waistband of this skirt. And for this, we're going to use single crochets. And you're going to keep doing single crochets for as long as you want that initial waistband to be. And you'll see that as we move on to the bottom part of the skirt, the waist will be tighter and smaller than the rest of the skirt. So here I was counting my stitches, and I put a stitch marker where I want that waistband to end. And I continued putting single crochets into each stitch. When you finished making the waistband part, we're going to continue down the rest of the skirt and we're going to do half double crochets. And you're going to keep doing half double crochets until you get down to the bottom of the skirt. To make these half double crochets, you first yarn over, pull through one, and then pull through all three. And you continue that over and over again. When you get down to the bottom of the skirt, you're going to chain two and then turn your work and work your way back up to the top of the skirt with half double crochets as well. When you reach the waistband, switch to single crochets. The more I worked on it, my skirt came to life and it got wider and wider. Measure the skirt around your waist and hips as you're working. Then, when the skirt was wide enough to wrap around my waist, I was done with the crocheting part. However, I needed a lining, so I bought this silk chocolate colored lining. You can see it matches really nicely with the yarn color. Pretty spot on. The lining will help to make the skirt extra warm and make sure that there's no peekaboo through the crocheted material. I used these needles to mark where the silk trim would rest on the inside of the skirt and then stitched it together with brown thread by hand. I folded the silk material to give it a seamless finish at the end. You can see from the top of the skirt that it's quite a seamless finish and it can't be seen from the other side of the skirt at all. The next step was to add an elastic near the waist. So once again, I measured out the elastic so it fit my waist and then attached the elastic to the top of the skirt like this. I then threaded everything together. Next, I needed to add a zipper down the side. I stitched through the silk trim and the yarn itself. It came out really nice and seamlessly fit with the skirt. I gave it a test run and couldn't see it on the other side when it was closed. Because this is a 100% wool skirt and it doesn't have any stretch to it, you're going to need to add the elastic and zipper. The next added touch were these buttons. They're fake buttons. I placed them down the side of the skirt to give it a little extra oomph. The initial idea was to have a small slit on the side, but that didn't work out the way I envisioned it. But that's okay though. I added these needles here to mark where I wanted the buttons to go. I also used stitch markers to help me figure out where I needed to connect the skirt together on the side using the same yarn. Finally, I needed to complete the trim at the bottom, so I folded the silk like this to give it a smooth finish and stitched it together. And there you have it, the completed skirts. It's so satisfying to make your own clothing at home. This is one DIY project I know I'm looking forward to wearing this winter. I look forward to seeing how you'll take this tutorial and make it your own. Thank you so much for watching this week's video. I really hope you enjoyed it and found it to be helpful. Let me know if you want to see more DIY projects like this one. In the meantime, let's keep in touch on Instagram at Miss Anna Adventures. I look forward to hearing from you and seeing you in next week's video. Take care. Bye.